What happens when two very fast keyboard players face each other in GRID Autosport? Yesterday I was chilling playing the game offline until someone messaged me on Steam and asked for some good racing against the bots and against one another. Now I know them from a Steam group chat which has some other quick players in the game, some who have played since the dawn of online mode, and both of us ended up having some good friendly one-on-one races against each other, clean and fair. But then one race in particular stood out to me the most, so today I'm going to show this race and highlight why this was a good one. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Right here at Barcelona, in the hypercars, where I race in my favourite car in the entire game, the koengisegg Agera R, and so did they actually. There's no tuning in this one, no upgrades, these are purely stock configuration cars, which should make it much more interesting in my opinion. Now, not a lot of people in the game can drive this hypercar very well, let alone do it on keyboard, so at this point, literally right at the start of the race, after seeing them pull very far ahead, I came to a firm realization: wow, this guy's fast. And that made me quite excited, almost excited in a way, seeing someone else drive this car extremely well, like myself, who's also on keyboard. We're both fast drivers who happen to share the same value of clean, fair racing, and that just made this so much more better. No toxicity, no ego at play, just pure friendly competition. As the race progresses, my goal was to simply catch up, get to them as quickly as possible, but because I haven't driven this track in quite a while, I also wanted to simply survive. This track is quite difficult because it's really tight and short, so a car like the PurXion R would be a much better fit than the Agera R, to be honest. But we never cared about meta cars, we just enjoy the cars that we love to drive. Even if said cars want to bite your foot off the second you upshift while on the throttle on a tight hairpin. So, in the second lap, it's quite tricky to explain how I drive this dominant hypercar, so for the most part, I'll just emphasize the trickier parts of the track and parts I did not get as right as I wanted to. For example, like this part right here, it's a massive sweeping corner that requires you to carry loads of speed throughout. I didn't have it properly dialed in to memory, so I played it much safer and broke earlier than I knew I could have, especially the last corner. In fact, pretty much every single corner demands maximum speed mid-corner and on entry, but you need to be very careful. So coming into lap 3, which will be both our fastest laps, almost clipped the wall there, tight as could be. Now, you're going to see that I slowly begin catching up by a large margin because they made a few mistakes up ahead, which, when you are both practically neck on neck with each other on pace, can cost you significant time. Therefore, I could not afford to make a single mistake. So, like before, I played it mostly safe. There was no need to rush, but still, seeing the thrill of another fast keyboard player was just amazing to witness. I definitely could have been a lot faster here if I knew the braking zones properly, but it is what it is. Alright, coming into the final corner, didn't take it well enough, but it suffices and we make it to the checkered flag without a single point of damage. And just take a look at those lap times, both 1 minute 34s, neck on neck, both times can be a lot better honestly. I set the faster time, but that was largely because I felt I was a lot more consistent throughout the lap in my opinion. Now to put it into perspective, the fastest time you can set on this track is around a 1 minute 32, a very high 1 minute 32 in the PurXion R with tuning. This was a friendly one-on-one against another good keyboard player, seemed like a decent bit of content in my opinion, so I thought, you know what, maybe just upload this one. And who knows, I might start uploading some of my best online races in GRID Autosport. Cheers for watching and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace out.